Hello and welcome to the Aurora series. We have a match here between UC San Diego and the University of Western Ontario. Looks like our first map here is going to be Bind, as we have some pretty interesting agent selections coming out here. Looks like we're going to get both the Deadlock and the Chamber, both pretty common picks over here on Bind. The Deadlock, of course, for the side of University of Western Ontario. An interesting Reyna selection. Curious how that will be used. We don't see a lot of Reyna in this collegiate level or pro level play, but University of California, San Diego looking to do something interesting here. So yeah, what do you think about these comps, Ed?
Played pretty well on Bind so far, so that might be an interesting combo with that Clove.
Yeah, absolutely. Deadlock is a really standout, strong character on Bind for sure. We see a lot of people playing her. You know, the ability to control hookah so well with that sound sensor really makes her an absolute force over there. So
Indeed.
yeah, looking forward to this matchup. Of course, we have Bind for the first map, and we're going to be going over to Pearl, and if we get a map 3, we'll be seeing Corrode. So, pretty exciting. I know that UCSD has actually been practicing 2 of these maps, the first 2, so I hope to see them do pretty well here on the Bind and on the Pearl. But yeah, starting to get this set up underway. Looks like gonna be a hit here for the side of UCSD.
Time to hunt.
Dog coming out. Not gonna quite spot anything yet, but taking space really quick with that. UCSD's been known to take space very quickly. It's one of their strong suits. Already starting to get the plant down as Jen takes out Sanvi.
Spike planted.
And Molly in an interesting location. Force out Uni, but she gets the kill anyway. Has a really strong take here, makes it a 5v3 retake situation for University of Western Ontario. Unity gonna peek out with that flash and getting one, knows the other one's there. The peek out comes from Evan on the Chamber, but a solid win on the attacker half there to start off this game.
Yeah, UCSD here is really good with their fast pushes, using that triple peeking method to catch the enemy off guard.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh gosh, I'm hearing myself. Why am I hearing myself? Oh, whatever. It's like saved. All right. The looks like UCSD is gonna head over towards B now. Full rush going down long. Interesting play. They know that the Select 3 isn't gonna be the strongest over on the side of UO, but interesting here is that University of Western Ontario has decided to 4-stack on B, so they're pushing into a pretty heavy site. UG able to get that first kill and the second. Siren grabbing 1 before dying, but now it's just a 1v4 and just an insanely fast take. Honestly, too quick to even really commentate on. Rocky in the final time here, looking to get a kill of some sort. The Outlaws getting on
It's very unfortunate that the Deadlock didn't read that B push, because she was set up B push the first round, but she always rotated on A solo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So unfortunately, she could not use that trip on A her B hookah.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting that they expected the push over on the B side. You know, that the 4-stack on B, but just not enough to really cover.
And it looks like a similar setup to the first round.
Yeah, similar setup. Chamber maybe lurking here. Obviously, Ontario has guns now. So fast forward, but Sanvi able to get the first kill. Traded out by Uni. Uni grabbing 2 now. And we see her taking hookah, but Uni down. It's a 3v3 situation. Sky getting info, and it looks like they're gonna take a pivot here over to the B site. Now Supremacy taking over So very quickly gets the trip, which means Ontario does know that this is a commit onto the B site as the plant goes down. It's going to be a pretty fast retake. UG not with a ton of health, but playing very aggressively, grabs one, knows the second one's there, and not able to get that second one as Mackie gets two. And Saren able to finish it out. It's going to be a defuse and a successful prevention of the bonus round from Ontario there.
Yeah, in San Diego, I've seen also very fast action, both for pushes and rotates,
Don't even start
as
that
opposed
shit,
to
mate.
Ontario here taking the slower, more methodical method.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now here, going into round 4, looks like a pretty standard setup coming out. Friend request there from Ube OBS 4. Gotta love the UCSD
chat.
broadcasters and esports, collective association. Good to see them working even off the clock. But yeah, gonna be a fast info flash here just to know where they are, and this is gonna give Ontario a lot of really helpful information. They know now that there is no one long, there's no one set up fountain, and gonna allow this guy to go pivot over to A site as this dog comes from the attacking side from UCSD. They know that this is mostly towards A. Of course, the chamber lurk is gonna probably help out here, but UCSD coming in gets taken out a lot. It's only Bunny left on the A site and no value for her. So just Jen now with the lurk. It's a 1v2, so very winnable. She gives away that TP, and this is an interesting situation. The dog is going to find her, so they have a full idea of where she's at. It's going to be up to a strong play here to be able to really win it out, but 44 seconds on the clock. She could reposition. There's possibility if she plays time right that she could get out, but not able to quite TP, and that's going to be a second round for Western Ontario there.
Yeah, Ontario here has fully adapted to the fast pushes and the fast action by San Diego here. Now fully able to stop the rush.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to look up what the University of Western Ontario mascot is. I want to refer to them as that. Apparently they're the Mustangs. So
Mustangs versus Tritons here.
yeah, 2-2 Mustangs, Tritons. Curious to see how this one shapes up. Both of these teams lost their first game in the Aurora series. Of course, we saw UCSD lose to Mizzou last week in a pretty brutal fashion. Hoping to see them bounce back. I'm not actually sure what the match was for Western Ontario, but we see Calistia take a ton of space here, knowing that no one is market and backing off, not able to find anyone with the ult, but very interesting. The UCSD was able to hear her leave, so curious if they know. Also giving away a lot of information. See them push forward with the absence of the info from the Sky Flash. They're going to take a lot of space, but are they going to be able to do anything with it? 1 kill, 2 kills coming out now from Western Ontario, and Uni's able to grab one, but it's a 2v4 situation here now as Asa takes out Uni. It's just going to be Jen again, fighting from showers with the up. Could always grab one, could always grab more too. But stuck without a teleport, stuck netted, is a pretty rough situation to be. They know where she is. If I'm Jen here, I'm just trying to grab a couple kills, damage Western Ontario's economy, but not able to there with the shots, looking back a little bit, maybe in frustration there. And this round is going to be a wrap for Western Ontario.
Indeed. And it's funny the fact that it's Tritons versus Mustangs, because I presume Tritons, our mascot, King Triton, is based off of Poseidon, and Poseidon actually is also the god of horses.
Really?
So it's like the horses have rebelled against King Triton here.
I did not know that. I did not know that. Lots of chats coming out. I love to see some friendly competition. It looks like, we saw in the waiting area, Western Ontario's players and UCSD players are very nice to each other, very cordial. It's really nice to see like good-spirited collegiate competition, Anyway, Bunny here with the flash. Going to take Hookah really fast. This Raze gets double flashed and taken out. As this is a pretty successful site take. Sanvi able to grab 2 though before getting traded out. And the ult is still going to come out. So still has presence there. It looks like this is going to be a pivot instead then from UCSD. Uni holding and allows 1 to go into Hookah. Hopefully nothing happens of that. Sanvi, of course, not able to get a kill within the ult. It was a smart pivot to avoid that Clove ult. Bunny now holding. Jen able to take out Monkey, and now it's just Bunny in a 1v2 situation. And Asa gets it. So 4 rounds in a row for Western Ontario. And we're seeing like a lot of strength on the attack here from UCSD, but when it comes to actually holding the site, things seem to fall short.
Yeah, they have that very high violence of action as opposed to like being able to lock down the site post plant, which might be an issue later.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking that, you know, if I'm UCSD, I really want to see like potentially even more aggression sometimes out past the site take, because in some of these
Especially
cases,
take
like, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was gonna say like just build off of that, like just to take that space so they can't rotate as far into the site.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they take the site, but the thing is that UCSD is playing such a aggressive comp with the Raze and the Sky and the Clove, all these characters. Oh, what the heck? I'm looking at the wrong side.
No, but it
With
still
the
it still
Jet.
stands with that.
Yeah, UCSD
Yeah.
tends to play a Raze here actually, so I'm pretty surprised to not see it. In fact,
Really?
Jen tends to be on that Raze, which she's playing the Chamber now. We do have a couple subs on the UCSD side. In fact, Jessica, JJ Ukim not here, so we're not getting our standard Sentinel, which means we're having to have some pivot. But Maki able to take out 2 here, and now it's just a 3v5 push, which is a pretty rough start. But potentially Uni is going to find some value from Garden. It does seem like a pretty hefty rotate, as they do have Spike on the Western Ontario side. The jump out comes from Mouse Supremacy, and now it's just the 2 left. Maki with the 3K. Is it going to be 4? It's up to Jen to try and get some value. Of course, this was an eco round, so not the worst round to lose for UCSD, but they really want to win the next one here.
4 kills on this deadlock to close out the rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, as you were saying, you were.
I was just gonna say that was so interesting, that lore that you just dropped about Poseidon and the
Yeah.
horses. I had no idea. Why would they make a water, like, oceans god the god of horses?
Honestly, I'm not too sure, but like extra lore on top of that, you know, Pegasus is actually a child of Poseidon, and he was birthed by believe he's a demigod, so he's half human, half Poseidon.
Half Poseidon. I
Yeah.
see. Interesting. That's new information to me.
Yeah.
Yunji with the aggressive take and able to take out Callistia, but Callistia getting one from the grave with the grenade. Sanvi is getting so much value from playing out of showers here, able to take out Mouse Supremacy, as Uni and Yunji both hold on to Hookah really strongly. Jen taking out Asa, but Saren gonna take out Jen in trade. Sanvi down now though, and it's a 2v2 that could be winnable. Uni with 1. It's just a 1 left, and Saren taken out. That's a big round if you're UC San Diego.
You know, shout out to Percy Jackson, my favorite book series, which is the reason why I know all my Greek knowledge, Roman knowledge. Kind of crazy.
We have another buy here. Of course, University of Western Ontario has a ton of money, so not going to be too hurt from that last round. But if I'm them, you know, UCSD, if they can grab like 1 or 2 more rounds here, it would be pretty detrimental to their economy, to the Mustang economy.
Mustang.
Lots of people stacked over here, and the Sky rotating already too. Sanvi able to grab 1. Sanvi has been so clutch over here on the side. Jen able to take out Asa though, so no smokes, and Uni grabbing Sanvi too. This is now a 4v3. UCSD's turned the tide a little bit, but I really want to see them take a little bit more space. Jen doing exactly that. Callistia taken out, and it's only 2 left. Mao swinging though, and not able to find one as Jen goes down 2, and it's Maki, and they swapped it over. Uni now in a 1v1 situation. Knows where she is, but not able to take out Saren. That's a rough one. Very close round, though. Lots of swapping back and forth. Just a few missed shots there for UCSD that turned a almost sure take in the 4v2 into an unfortunate round loss.
The Mustangs here are really good about ISOing and one-on-oneing the San Diego, especially since it looks like we're going to a timeout. But anyways, they're really good about ISOing those fights, especially since San Diego doesn't take that space and doesn't utilize their aggression.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I would say
Yeah.
even that San Diego did they did take some space there, but just the timing of their swings maybe could have been a little bit more together. Like you saw Mouse Supremacy
Maybe.
swing out in between Triple and the truck, and like sees two as Jen had just swung out from U-Haul, but
From U-Haul,
just a
yeah.
little late on that swing. You want to see maybe just slightly earlier, and then that kill can be taken out. But also, of course, occasionally people just miss their shots, and that happens too. Great free cam work here, by the way, by our observer. Shout out
Shout out
3M,
Ube.
shout out Madison, shout out Ube. Yeah, great work here. As Maddie, the coach over on the UC San Diego side's timeout should run out here. Maddie, of course, great coach. Very old. That guy's very old.
Whoa, old. We don't use that. We don't use that word here. It's unk actually.
Yeah. In fact, wow, we see an interesting play here by Western Ontario. I'd love to see more of this playing over in Showers. 2v1 situation as Uni is going to take out one but get traded out. I don't know if Calistia knows that there's another one here with the up, but then not able to grab it.
Ooh.
The plant now coming down, though, on the A side. Calistia pushing out of Showers, and 3-side rotate. Western Ontario was banking on the B side push there, but was able to find value over in Showers anyway. And here's the hold. Seeing, Mouse Supremacy stuck out open, but not punished for it. Yunji, though, dying as there's no swing or help on support on her side, and now Mouse Supremacy not able to do much with the classic in the 1v4 situation. That is rough.
Interesting eco here.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting play. I think maybe Western Ontario knew that San Diego's buy is a little bit weak, and we'd love to see the buy going into this round too. So yeah, it's very interesting. Like with that buy being weak, maybe expecting San Diego to make a more out of the board play, and you did see the chamber going over into Showers. Obviously, the chamber with the op is probably going to play Showers or be long, and so they play pivoted towards that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Ult coming out fast now, and Jet on site already. Just an incredibly fast take, and the shot through smoke. Yunji able to grab that. Calistia gonna peek out though in the util out, but Uni manages to save the sky there really quickly. And now it's a 5v3. You hope that UCSD can hold on to this one. If they can't, their econ will be really bad for this last round of the half, so they want to hold on to this. Yunji potentially going to swing out of Showers, and that's what they do the most. Not able to get the kill there, but Bunny grabbing Maki. Asa able to take out Jen, and now it's just Asa in a 1v4 as Uni swings out and capitalizes. 7-4 here. Could be 7-5 on the half, which would not be bad if you're on the UC San Diego side.
And you know what's after 5.
I do know what's after 5, but I think it would be 7-6, which is not what you're looking for, Ed.
No. And let's look on that retake for the defenders. They didn't have much retake potential, especially since Sky popped that flash a little too early and didn't use that to its full potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that retake.
So much value for Sky on this map. We're going to see the Sky Flash likely come out here for the info again. They know now that people are B, but they're not playing up. Lots of noise, though, on that side, and you're going to start seeing a rotate immediately. 4 people, now 5 headed over to the B side. It's a shame that UCSD doesn't have anyone lurking, so it's going to be a full commit on site here now. Not seeing anyone either. In fact, all of Western Ontario is playing off. They've been able to play these full retakes almost every time. Dog coming out elbow, able to clear out a pretty good amount of space, which Western Ontario now is taking. As San Diego keeps looking out to see if people are coming on their flank when they're not. Hopefully able to pay attention a bit more to side. Bunny with 2 and Jen also grabbing a third. Uni and Yoonji going to finish it off at a huge hold to make it 7-5. That's the end of the UC San Diego attacker half. You have any more interesting Greek lore to impart on us over here?
Let's see. Okay. In relation to the Mustangs and to the. Did you know that Medusa was actually cursed by, I believe, one of Poseidon, because Medusa was actually a lover of Poseidon, and she was cursed by, I think, someone. I think it was. You know what? Let me look that up. I will come back to that.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Our researcher's desk getting us a lot of info here for Ed to drop. Just the one player on the B site here as they get the info on the flash. Going to rotate over. Jet holding over on A though with the lurking deadlock. You wonder if she knows. They cut noise a little bit on the Western Ontario side, but now they're going to make the TP. Fortunately, still 2 people on the A side, but this is a pretty rough situation. Very mismatched. Yoonji grabbing 1 and dashing out. Could get more. Mouse Supremacy with a second, but going to go down. Yoonji also going down, but Uni trading out Celestia, and it's just a 3v2. Jen looking for something from heaven. As Western Ontario not able to get much there, and it's just going to be Sanvi in the 1v3 playing from U-Haul, and they know 1v2, but Bunny able to trade out Uni, and that is going to be a 6-7 scoreline for UC San Diego. I'm sure we'll see it in the chat in a second. My guess is that Uni is going to be the one to type it, but pretty big round there. San Diego looking good on these pistol rounds.
Indeed. Anyways, back with the Greek lore. Apparently Medusa she was actually violated by Poseidon in Athena's temple, which is another Greek god, and apparently Athena turned Medusa into.
I just want to point out the 6-7 chat we did just see from Uni there in the bottom left corner. I did pre-move that. Well, let's learn a little bit more about that in a second.
Yeah,
Pretty
next round.
fast take here from Western Ontario, but not taking any other space. They're all playing on the site. No take in U-Haul, no push into showers, and Yoonji able to grab 3, shooting into the smoke with that. Uni able to take Celestia out, and it's just going to be a very easy 5-person alive half. I wonder if San Diego buys up here, try to make it 8-7 and take the lead in this game for the first time since round 3. Anyway, back to the lore.
Tied with 7-7. Oh, back to the lore. You're right. Yeah. So apparently Athena turned Medusa into the monster that she is with the snakes on her head, and now no mortal is able to look at her without being turned to stone. It's really interesting because it's not even her fault because she was violated by Poseidon. Very, very interesting beef between the gods.
Yeah, I did hear that, and I also heard that before Medusa was cursed, she was like absolutely beautiful, and the reason that they cursed her like that was that that no one could ever see her beauty again, at least from head on. It is kind of crazy though. Imagine having your hair be all snakes.
Imagine like the hair care routine. Like, what do you use conditioner? Does that damage the snakes? Is that
does that damage the snakes? It's a good question. Not seeing any presence here from showers. There's going to be the one lurking deadlock. I wonder what UCSD thinks of that. Obviously, they've been holding this long side. The trip is going to not gather info here. Jen holding for B. She should hear noise in a second, knowing that they're out now on the B site, but UCSD has caught the rotate. Maki taking out Uni too to make it a 5v4 over on the A site, so a little more delay. Hopefully that gives UCSD some good knowledge that the deadlock is generally lurking here and not really playing with the team. but still delayed on this rotate as Jen had to teleport out of long since she knew she was being watched. 4v4, pretty even fight as UCSD starts pushing out. Mouse Supremacy able to find one with the Judge, and Bunny grabbing one too. It's a 2v2 now. Huge value from Callistia found with these grenades so far, but the smokes are going to go down. Kind of one-waying herself, which is a little unfortunate. A second grenade coming out, and that's rough to see the smoke land like that. I'm sure she did not intend for that there, but
the thought was there. The thought was there.
the thought was there.
We respect it.
So yeah,
But apparently,
8-7.
conditioner isn't. Yeah, conditioner isn't animal safe because all the silicones in the production. So like, she wouldn't be able to use conditioner, believe it or not. So imagine how angry the snakes would be not being like silky smooth and like.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine like snake cornrows because like her hair would be tangled from not using conditioner and like.
Yeah, or
that'd be
dreads or something.
pretty insane. Snake dreads.
She'd have like the stoner dreads or something like that. Flash coming out, not going to peek off of it though as she gets anti-flashed here. And the Deadlock yet again lurking, but back towards B. 2 big picks for Callisti and Sanvi. Deadlock also pushing up towards A. Yunji still hearing that and still going to be around. Grabs one on Sanvi and probably going to back off here now, trying to let that Clove ult die out. This is a pretty big situation if Sanvi doesn't get a kill here, UCSD is in a good spot, and Yunji securing that. So 3v4, but Maki takes out Yunji's push. Strong molly there. Mao looking like she's going to be holding for the push-in, though. Playing that Judge angle yet again. Uni grabbing one. And Mao Supremacy now having grabbed that other gun. Going to be taking space a little bit, but they don't know that there's one triple. Uni swinging out on triple. The flash comes out from U-Haul, and it's just a 1v1 situation, but the time is ticking. Oh, it's 2v1 still. My bad. And Uni not able to get that down. 9-7. And now UCSD goes on to a rough bye.
You know what I would like to see here, because UCSD plays so aggressive, if they could just either concede the site to lock it in and then just rush and bomb site afterwards just to save their util and then use it all just for retake. That'd be an interesting strategy for them to use.
Yeah, you could definitely see an attempt from UCSD to maybe try and flip the site on the defense side where yeah, their pushing is so strong. They are able to grab so many kills. You know, scoreboard's still up, you know, even though we're 5 seconds into the round. You can probably get that. No worries. You know.
No worries. I do that too.
I do it too. Hard work coming out from our Ube observers. Could never be mad. Anyway, the Deadlock ult coming out as Western Ontario starts to push in. They know that's coming from Showers as she's always there. And now the Flood coming out. Callistia taking so much space while being blind, but getting taken out for it. And Bunny finds 2 with the Judge. That is a huge, the Bucky, huge plays, 3 Bucky kills on the side of UCSD, and now it's just Asa with only 54 health. She backs off from Showers, and that's huge. So many weapons that UCSD can take. From that, Asa able to grab 1, though, now only 14 health. And that regen shield coming almost in clutch. If she gets hit by 1 shot of a Phantom, she won't die again. It's a pretty interesting little situation. You know, Uni calms over that she hit her once, so she's going to be 1 shot. But here, looks like we're going to see a full save on the side of Asa.
All the way back in T spawn.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's learn about some more Greek
lore.
lore.
Oh, shoot. More lore? I got you, bro. Okay, going back to the Mustangs and King Triton. Apparently, horses are actually, again, just to reiterate, the sons of Poseidon, and they were created from the sea foam created at beaches. So, like, Poseidon was, like, molding the sea foam into these horse shapes.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. And also, in some accounts, it shows that horses are also to be emerged from the blood of Medusa herself, because eventually she was slain by the hero Perseus. and Perseus I can divulge on later in the next buy phase of the next round. But very interesting lore here. I'm actually
Learning a
yeah
lot, you
yeah
know.
learning a lot.
It's pretty on brand for a UC San Diego esports stream to be educational. That is what we strive to
Indeed,
do over
indeed.
here. As you know, we see the dog start to come out. Maybe some noise there. Jet and Reina, Yunji, and Uni both gonna know that there's a Sky there and maybe some intent on taking space. Sanvi able to grab Jen, and now there's no one on B, which means we could see a pivot over here to the B side. And that's going to be 2 rotating off, and likely noticing the cut of noise. The Skydog could be a little misleading here as one's going all the way through the A side, and in fact, University of Western Ontario has sort of bamboozled them and now swaps back over to the A side. You know, this Deadlock util has a lot of use for this post plant play, saving the trips there all the way for that post plant. Going to be hard for UCSD to push in and actually get onto site and not die. But Yunji able to take out Sanvi, and that's a start. Mao here getting the smokes down for short. Uni able to grab Saren, and now it's a 4v3 for Western Ontario that they're not looking so good in. Bunny able to grab Maki, and now Bunny taking space. Knows that there's definitely one over there in short, but no ults on the side of Western Ontario, and it's just going to be Asa hoping to take out all 4 and not able to grab a single one as that goes to 9-9. So a beautiful bonus round, or it's not bonus round, eco round win on the side of UC San Diego into a strong retake. And honestly, it seems like that's, you know, pivoting kind of ended up working for UC San Diego in their favor, putting UCSD in a situation where they were forced into a retake where they've looked so strong taking space. It's very beneficial, I think, if you're on the Triton side, because rather than having to hold space, which is something that they haven't looked as good in, they're able to just full on flip the site and go as if they were on attack again.
Very like, using that vast amounts of balance of action. And sorry, I couldn't divulge in my Greek lore, but I will do that next round.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Jen grabbing one though. Uni a little bit out, caught out by Asa. Also interesting seeing Uni on the Reina. We typically see Uni playing smokes, and so she's been able to get a lot more utility playing that Reina. But Bunny now getting taken out over in market. Tried to get a rotate there, a bit of a flank, and you know that's a pretty smart play considering the Deadlock hasn't been using her trips on flank. She's only been using it on site, and they don't have a real trip character. But this time caught off guard, and it looks like that garden is going to get cleared. So 3v4 now. Sanvi watching. Orb is going to come out, and Western Ontario being forced into just a couple spots, knowing that one's probably playing on site, but no one over in the cubby. And Sanvi, the first one to get taken out. Unfortunately, pretty strong hold out there from Garden. And these Deadlock trips showing why they're so useful, showing why Deadlock is so useful on this map, as Western Ontario secures a 10th round win.
Dude.
Can you tell me about Perseus?
Indeed, Perseus. I'm glad you asked. Okay, so the Perseus is actually the son of Zeus and another human, and his quest was fabled onto him by the Oracle, the Greek Oracle, which basically just spits facts and futures. And the way he killed Medusa was by using Athena's help, because Athena's shield allowed him to look into the reflection without directly looking at her. Very interesting. So he didn't turn into stone.
Very interesting. Fast push here from Western Ontario. Not going to have the box blocked by that smoke, and Celestia able to take out one with that. But Jen getting a lot of value with the op here. Finding a third now. The Clove ult over there in U-Haul going to swing out. Now smoked off is Jen. And Sanvi's running out of time to get any value. Mouse Supremacy, though, having to reload, but it's almost like Asa screwed over Sanvi by taking out Mouse Supremacy while she was reloading, because Sanvi couldn't get that Clove ult to pop. Celestia calling a timeout now on the side of Western Ontario, so a bit of, you know, consideration or fear On
Am I hearing more Greek lore?
I'm hearing more
Cough,
Greek
cough.
lore. That's what I'm seeing. What do you got for me?
All right. Again, just one more thing about Perseus, just to reiterate. Again, Athena's shield, he used that to look at Medusa's reflection. So basically he was walking backwards and looking at Medusa's reflection in the shield, so he himself didn't turn into stone. And he also used Hermes boots, and Hermes boots basically just give him like super fast speed because they're like winged. And he apparently he's like fully kitted out. He's like full buy in Greek gear. He's also using Hephaestus's sword, and Hephaestus is like this
Of course,
master
yeah,
crafter.
Hephaestus, the master,
Yes,
the master. What's the word on that? I don't even know.
master the
Artisan?
swordsmith, artisan, crafter,
That can't be right.
metalworker. I could
Uh,
look that up for the next round.
blacksmith,
But yeah, he's
maybe.
like blacksmith. Yeah, that's the word. So he's full buy versus Eco Medusa. Because Medusa, all she has is her util, and she can't even use that to her full ability. Because like, Perseus is basically anti-flash.
Yeah, makes sense. Timeout here ending now as Western Ontario seems to be set up. Spike on the B side, but showing A, probably trying to draw over that San Diego presence. And of course, Bunny not able to get any info with her flash outside of Hookah, so rotating now. But you start seeing the Spike moving A, and they haven't seen any presence from UCSD yet. So with that, there might be curious if UCSD left A. Looks like a commit here. Always could take the teleporter, but grabbing two is Mouse Supremacy, looking super strong. Bunny grabbing a third, and now it's just up to Maki and Celestia. In this 2v3, Celestia not able to get the plant down, and full blinded, gonna go into the TP, but not before Maki gets taken out. And seems like a pretty fast rotate. Gonna satchel out, but Chamber, of course, on site. Celestia knows that, but the shorty is too strong. Strong play from Jen with the up and just holding down B, never letting go, knowing that Western Ontario TP play is always available and punishing it this time.
Indeed. Getting massive utility off of this op and her ult as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, the last time we saw her ult, of course, she got those 3 crucial kills holding from showers. And the hold from showers just in this game generally has been a really strong place to play from. Not getting the info there on this flash, going to need to workshop that a little bit. But knowing now that there's a couple people there, the dog coming out too, not able to grab that much info, just knowing that one is still there. The anti-flash, Bunny is playing so aggressive here, but it's on the eco. Gonna back out and manages to stay alive. Now has support over from the people over in CT. And we've seen almost everyone on the San Diego side move over to B. Of course, one still staying in showers, though, as we kind of talked about before. Celestia with a big kill on Bunny. Of course, only 40 HP there, but Yunji now holding and able to get Celestia. Only Celestia, but showing face over in showers. Maki holding close for Mouse Supremacy and able to grab that. But there's been a lack on the side of Western Ontario of the ability to grab these guns off of this eco, which might be limiting. Now Maki, they're able to get that Vandal. That's going to be big. Yunji now held
triple
by
hold on
3.
showers.
But the smoke's going to go away. And what's going to happen here? One taken out. Jen now in a 1v2. And of course, Jen, the IGL often for this UC San Diego team. But also just one of the strongest players. So confident. Tapping on the bomb. Knows that one's in showers, but is she going to think that they're both there?
Oh.
Seems that she does, and not able to take out Asa as Saren swings out for the peak. 11-11. This is a back and forth game. Honestly, a really entertaining
Indeed.
one.
Yeah, very, very evenly matched. It's very fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
I'm reading this. Hmm?
Yeah, it looks like you have some time
Oh, another.
to read that because we have a timeout from
I was
Maddie.
just about to say. Perfect. Apparently Pegasus, just to go back on Pegasus, because I've been talking a lot about Poseidon, but we need to indulge ourselves in some horse lore. Pegasus again was birthed from the blood of Medusa after she was slain by Perseus.
Oh
And
wow.
apparently Pegasus name is believed to be derived from the Greek word of springs, just tying that back to the fact that he was birthed from like a fluid, like a liquid, essentially, similar to how springs are formed.
Oh, that kind of
Super,
spring, not like spring the
yeah,
season.
not like a, yeah, no, no,
I see, I see.
yeah, very cool callback. Really, he shows up a lot in a bunch of different stories, which is very
Pegasus
interesting.
does?
I'll have to look more into that. Pegasus does, yes.
Yeah, that's very curious. Well, hoping to see some springing forward here from UC San Diego and maybe being able to, continue that aggressive style that we've been seeing. But this is a very interesting setup. Bunny going to be the only one over on the B site. And Celestia, talk about springing forward, messing up the satchels a little bit.
No.
But going to have the ult here and looks like not going to be able to get too much value. Doing a little damage to Bunny, but now the full commit noise coming out. And Bunny grabbing one before getting taken out by Saren. Now some spraying down from Sanvi, but fast retake. Honestly, not even waiting. Uni and Yuji both good for one. Uni swinging out so aggressively, somehow knowing that they're just not going to be in Garden, and Jen with the closing kill here. It's 11-12. This could be the securing round now for UCSD's first map win in the Aurora series.
Again, just like UCSD here is really fully utilizing their just absolute violence of aggression.
Oh
And
my
oh,
gosh.
another timeout. Hold on.
That's the
I haven't
final
prepared
timeout of the game.
I haven't prepared a Greek fact for this. I wasn't expecting. Let's see.
Well,
Uh
back when I was in fifth grade, we did do also some learning about Greek mythology, and a character that I always, thought was very interesting, not related to, but that thought was very interesting was Narcissus. We learned about
Narcissus.
Echo and Narcissus, the
Mm-hmm.
fable, and Narcissus is a very interesting character, so obsessed with his own reflection that he never even looked away, and he would just sit there and stare at himself. Um, and Echo so obsessed and infatuated with Narcissus's beauty that everything he would say, Echo would echo. And it's kind of interesting, how some things like from that so long ago, these stories are like 2,000 years old. So interesting how even older than that. Yet these words, narcissist and echo
Narcissus
pass
and
into
Echo?
our current, English
Yeah.
vocabulary even to this day. But yeah, hoping to see UC San Diego echo what they just showed in that last round,
Ooh.
as
Ooh, I see you.
we want to see them close this one out here. Jet playing so close and getting that instant info that Saren's dog is there. Gonna be dogging showers here. Gonna potentially finding the lurking deadlock. Not sure, but
And very
oh, go ahead.
very
Yeah,
methodical play. Like again, just the difference between the play styles. Just very methodical on the side of Ontario. Super slow push.
yeah, absolutely. This is probably the slowest we've seen them push and take space. Also, it's very interesting. They have the ability to do that because they have these two smokes. But now we're seeing the flash out on B site. Celestia starting to go out, shooting the dogs, or the sky things. Mouse Supremacy flooding out and able to grab one and staying alive too for it. Grabbing two. Is she going to get a third? No. Asa able to trade her out, but not before making this a even fight here as Yunji ready. No smokes here on Garden. Sanvi getting the plant down and Asa taken out from behind. That could have even been a wall bang. I don't even know if she saw her, but now Uni slowly playing a bit of a change of pace and able to grab Maki with just the tiny slit there, and Sanvi playing in the smoke, not able to hold. That's a big round win there. As we're gonna go to a quick break. Good job to UC San Diego for winning that first map. We'll see you back on Pearl. Welcome back. Now here
Welcome,
over on
welcome.
the agent select screen here. Of course, we've got UC San Diego. Wow, quick lock in from the side of Western Ontario. They know their comp here on Pearl.
Yeah,
Um,
a little locked in.
San Diego, gonna be on this defending side now. In Western Ontario, attacking. And an interesting comp we're seeing here selected. So, you know, the Fade being hovered from both sides. Fade, of course, a classic pick on Pearl. So strong, the ability to, you know, clear so many corners with her dogs. Her eye has so many places it can be thrown. Her C's takes the space so well. Her ult takes A so well, and can retake so well. So definitely strong, and of course, like with the way that San Diego plays, that Fade can be so useful. That Fade ult can be so useful because they can just flood and you know, overwhelm their opponents there. The Clove here from Mouse Supremacy, swapping off of the Brimstone. Interesting, you know, we tend to see like characters like Harbor come into play over here on Pearl, but or maybe Omen, but committing to the Clove and actually seeing a Clove on both sides, and also committing to the Clove. Still also a strong pick. Uh, you know, contributes to that same fast moving type of attack. Jen holding it down with the Chamber. We saw her play Chamber last round, which was so strong. So um, definitely exciting there. Um, very interesting.
Wait,
Uh,
I can't wait to see that that chamber be used for that belong, especially. Is it belong? Right, it's belong, right?
yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah, it
also,
is belong.
just like very interesting here, seeing Yunji swap off of the Jet and onto the Fade, and Bunny swap off of the Sky onto the Jet. A bit of a swap around here. Over on the side of Western Ontario, you know, you have Calestia playing that Jet, was playing Raze last game. Saren playing the Fade, and she was playing Sky last game. So it's interesting that the Initiator has swapped on the San Diego side, but consistent on the Western Ontario side. Sanvi off of Clove and now onto Phoenix. So a one controller comp and two duelist comp for these guys, but only the one smokes this time.
We are taking really long to get into this match, but while we wait, guess what's next?
What
It's
is
it's
next?
uh it's Greek mythology trivia. All right, Liam, do you
Trivia.
remember our conversations from the previous match? Because I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions in
Um,
relation to that.
I don't remember, so we'll see. We'll see. I'll try
Okay,
my
okay.
best. I'll try my best.
All right, first question. Where were horses born from?
Okay, well,
Or where were the horses? Yes.
the horses, I believe, were you said born from the sea foam of the ocean, which is, you know, kind of like Poseidon. You know, I wonder if that's like a analogy or anything. But yeah, I believe that is what you said, if I remember
Yep. Ding ding
correctly.
ding 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 ding. You're right. Yes, that's 1 point for Liam. Give it up, everybody. W's in chat. W's in chat for Liam.
uh,
Questions will be asked
oh,
next by phase.
tech pause coming
Oh,
in. It looks like. It looks
tech
like
pause. Ooh. It looks like
P10.
question 2 is gonna come up a little sooner than expected.
Yeah, let me know what your next question is. I'll see what I can
Oh.
see what I can give you. Some interesting yeah.
Alright, I guess while we wait, who was the Greek hero that slew Medusa?
I believe that was I don't think slew is the right word there.
Slew? Nah, I swear that's the right word.
Yeah,
Slew.
I think it's Slade.
Oh, Slade. Wait, slew is to turn or slide violently or uncontrollably in a particular direction.
Um
You're right. It's Slade. But still, point stands.
um yeah, but I believe that was Perseus. Um
Indeed, indeed.
Maybe reference
Ding ding ding.
for the
That's
name
2 points.
Percy Jackson there. Anyway, starting this round off here, we have University of Western Ontario with the start. The eye landing, I don't think, where they expected it to land. Grabbing that info already that they're A. Fade starting to clear Art as they have a 3-man push here. Art. And the dash out from Celestia. Grabbing one off the bat. Yunji going to be taken out. 2 playing on site. Celestia continuing to push as Sanvi grabs Mouse Supremacy. And Uni also goes down. And now it's just a 5v2. The 1 Art, 1 Flowers retake. And we'll see if they can get any damage done here. But pretty rough situation to be in. Jen landing 1 shot on Sanvi. Just needs another to take her out. And Bunny, of course, starting to swing from Art. Now they know the last one over here is in secret. Oh, could almost have gotten a collat there. It was close. Getting 1 kill. Could get a second, but Asa good enough to take out Jen as that first round. That's the first pistol round that's going to go to University of Western Ontario.
And it looks like we have some commotion in chat.
Yeah.
Someone's a little nervous.
Again, really nice to see this, positive femininity coming out here, and also just like the genuine sportsmanship we're seeing from these 2 teams. Really, really cool to see. It always
really
is
goes
good
to
for our community.
Yes, indeed. It really goes to show how supportive the Val community is.
Facts. Yeah.
W Valorant.
Yeah, I think Valorant has one of the greatest communities of all time. We see an extremely aggressive play here on the side of UCSD. Took full mid control. The turret obviously going to hold them, but I think that University of Western Ontario will know at some point. Bunny able to take out Maki though, and that's going to be 1 kill and a gun over on that lurk. Uni looking for another, but Sanvi with the Vandal has a nice buy and not really much that the Ghost can do in that situation. It's just Yoonji here playing from Link as the site has been flipped now. Yoonji able to grab Saren though with the Ghost, and that's a big pick. Celestia now playing Mouse Supremacy, was flashed, but now it's just pushing against CT. Asa able to grab some though, and a really strong eco play. I liked that aggression there on the eco. Just not able to fully get what they want from it, but it could be worse. It could be worse. That was a good play.
Yeah. Especially now that the enemy teams, or not sorry, enemy teams, the Mustangs eco is now a little bit more, a little bit less.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you ready for a bonus question, Liam? Bonus question for 2 points. Oh, it looks like we can't ask it now, but it will be asked next round.
I didn't know we were tallying points on this. We see the ult here now from Sanvi playing super aggressive, but getting hit by the Fade Dog and still not able to get killed in this ult. Almost able to grab Yoonji, only 5 HP, but with the regen shield, able to, heal up a little bit. We see 2 kills though. I just lied. 1 kill. Jen. Good to grab Celestia and Asa and Maki. Huge play from Jen. So consistent in that spot. And Yoonji taken out by Saren, but traded out from Mouse Supremacy. It's just going to be Sanvi now playing through mid as the spike is on B. And she has to not only reclaim it, but fight all 4 people holding it. Which Mouse Supremacy says, not today. Not today.
All right, ready. Bonus question. What weapons did Perseus use to slay Medusa?
Oh gosh, I don't think that this was in the notes. I don't think what weapons did Perseus use to slay Medusa? I do believe that he used a shield, because if I remember correctly,
whose shield?
Oh, I'm not sure whose shield it was, but I do remember that it was shiny. And shiny. Reflective, and the way that he beat Medusa was from showing her her own reflection, which is really just sad. Like, honestly, I personally, like, if I died from seeing my own reflection, I would be really really upset. As we see this full take onto D site, but Jen good to take one, nothing more than that. Bunny grabbing Maki though here, and Mouse Supremacy, laying some shots down, holding that hall, which is gonna hopefully allow for UCSD to start pushing out a little bit here. Uni though taken out by Celestia, and It's going to be a flood out from Link. Playing a little slowly here as UCSD and getting damage on Asa. They know where she is now. So it's only 2 other mysterious people, and Celestia has like basically no health. Unfortunately, Saren getting those 2 kills and traded out. Just Yunji versus Celestia here. 1 HP, but has the smoke, which means Celestia is going to have to spam it. Shooting the wrong side and has to reload, and that's going to be a solid retake. 3 bullets, ran out of bullets now, and Celestia with the kill, but still the round goes to UC San Diego, and that is, at the end of the day, more important. Still looking at this buy, you see University of Western Ontario is so broke, too. It's going to be a weird sort of force, not force. Yeah, buying for next year.
buying for next year, I like that.
But yeah, so whose shield was that?
Oh, indeed, it was in fact Athena's shield. That was the right answer and the answer I was looking for. So unfortunately, I cannot give you the bonus point for that.
I feel like I should get 1 point for describing the shield and describing the
point?
properties of the shield. You said that the question was worth 2 points. It seems to me that 1 would be fair. Bunny with the pick on Celestia, though, there to start this off, and knows there's more. Not able to grab anymore, though, as Maki takes her out, and she knows that there's 3 people there. Mouse Supremacy trying to avoid the chamber trip, but gets taken, or sorry, Sanvi gets taken out by Mouse Supremacy. And now that commit looking like it's going to be a commit through Art, and UCSD committing to the ultimate, but huge picks there. Mouse Supremacy now continuing to play aggressive and into the ult, and really could have backed off on that, but now has her own ult, which will give Jen the opportunity to sort of play up. He's hoping for them to rotate away from the Clove, and sort of gets that on Asa. Now it's just a 1v1 situation with Jen holding this up. Of course, Saren doesn't know if Jen also potentially has a rifle, but playing this close angle, which is very, very dangerous. Now has the Stinger. See if maybe she tries to use that. Only 6 bullets, though, and just not going to be able to get Siren. Not checking that close default corner. Smart play from Siren for sure. You know, trying to make sure that she doesn't get picked out on one of those long angles. Jen has already looked so good, above a kill per round this game.
Looks like she's gonna buy the op, potentially pushing mid with that. Anyways, back to the Greek stuff. Unfortunately, I cannot give you the point for that answer, but I will give you 2 redeeming points if you can answer what other 2 pieces of equipment did Perseus bring with him.
Oh gosh, I have no idea. I'm gonna guess. Oh, immediate pick from Jen. I definitely don't think he had an operator, but Jen is showing that that maybe he should have. I mean, obviously Perseus was fine, but the operator has been so strong for Jen so far here. Sanvi pushing forward, not fully getting taken out by that bunny util, but Yunji able to take out Maki now, and it's just a 4v3. He's gonna flash out here, looking for someone in Link, but not quite able to find it, as the full team should be ready for this retake. And no ults online. It's just going to be a classic push. Some low health players here, and this ult going to try and change things. Sanvi able to grab 2, and this is really going to change the direction of this retake. Bunny able to, you know, prevent a 3rd one going down, but this is a hard situation. Jen doesn't want to lose this off, able to get the first, and now it's just a 2v2 situation. Of course, playing that same close angle just on the other site is Saren, and it's going to be up to Bunny to find her, but not. Jen just with 1 left to go, but Saren again winning the 1v1 against Jen, and that's a big round win for University of Western Ontario. I just realized that we haven't had the score bug on the screen this entire time, but now it's there, updated. UCSD, of course, if you're just joining us now with that first map round win on Bind. Trying to close this one out in this best of 3 series. Of course, we'll go to Corrode if this match is lost. So, very interesting there.
This is very, very possible that we will go to the Corrode because the teams are so evenly matched, going round for round.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if I had to guess, I'd say Perseus probably had a flail. That sounds like something that he would have.
A flail! Interesting answer, but that is not the one I am looking for. The answer will be revealed at next round.
Well, with the answer not being given to me yet, we can look at least at the 3 kills that UCSD just got. Dodging that flash too, but not able to live and getting traded back out. Now it's going to be a 2v3. You really hope UCSD can shine and this retake here. They actually not even retake. They have the spike. So no matter what, Sanvi and Maki are going to have to play into this our area. Mouse supremacy starting to worry they could be coming water, and now this timing suggesting otherwise. But Yoonji good to take out both, and a 4-kill round from Yoonji.
W Yunju.
Strong play
Anyways,
there.
back to the answer.
Well, I'm gonna guess that
The
Perseus
answer-
probably had a
Oh.
sword.
A sword. That is the piece of equipment, but from who?
Oh,
I'll give you a
my
hint. It was
gosh.
from a god.
Well,
You
I'm
have to
gonna,
do something with
I'm guessing it's not from Athena. I feel like it would
it
be.
is not from
It
Athena.
would not make sense if it was from Athena. Man, I don't know. Maybe it's from Poseidon.
Poseidon, good answer, but incorrect. The right answer was, in fact, Hephaestus, the
Oh,
god
of
of
course you
blacksmithing.
said that. I forgot. You know, clearly, my mind has been on other things during this game. I haven't been looking. We see the Killjoy starting to make some space up in mid and could catch out the fade as Celestia starts to push in. Misses all of her knives, though. Jen good to take her out, and so is Uni. Killjoy good on the fade, though, as that lurk might start to show more effect. Uni grabbing more, though, and they know that that Killjoy is in mid as Bunny closes that round out. 4-4 now, and really, you know, bringing it back. This is such a neck and neck game.
Indeed, indeed. For the people who are just tuning in, the last round was also super, super close. And as we go into the timeout here, pretty sure the last round ended, or not the last one, the last match ended 12 to 11.
Yeah,
I believe
13,
was the
13
score.
11, but yeah,
13,
yeah.
sorry, yeah, 13-11. Yeah, very close on both sides.
So, you know,
So for the last piece of equipment that Perseus used, do you want to guess it?
maybe a spear or something? I
A
don't
spear.
know.
I will give you a hint. It was not a weapon. It was a piece of utility, I guess you could say. Not utility, but armor.
Can you
Give
give me
something
the
armor.
character that? Oh, a piece of
character.
armor. I see.
Piece of armor.
Oh, right, yeah, he was fully kitted out. I remember you saying that, and Medusa was
yes.
on the eco buy. I'm gonna guess that was also made by Hephaestus, right? Armor made
It was
by
not
Hephaestus.
Hephaestus. It was not Hephaestus.
Oh my gosh. I have no idea. Maybe Zeus gave him something. I feel like Zeus. Would
Zeus.
be
I
doing
will. I will give you a hint. It was the god of messengers. God of
Oh,
messengers.
Hermes. Or is that his name?
Hermes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
Mercury.
Hermes.
Hermes. I
Yes,
see.
that is correct. And it was the shoes, the winged shoes of Hermes
Right.
that he was
Right.
gifted. You know, as a pity point, I will give you that one. So you're up 3 points in the game of Greek trivia.
Wow. Go me. I'm happy for me.
W.
What I'm not super happy to see is well, actually, this is a very interesting situation. We have the spike all the way over towards A, and it seems like this is going to be an A hit. There's a weird sort of set of who's who and where's where. I'm wondering, I want to see this chamber view, and chamber able to take out Asa, and now getting spike, and that's going to be a pretty much full rotate over on the side from UC San Diego. They want to control that. Of course, the wall going up. So Sanvi can grab that, and maybe that suggests that University of Western Ontario will want to leave. But the dash now at door, and you see Mouse Supremacy with the smokes out, not knowing that they're going to be right there, but grabbing one, almost good for two, but Saren just 1 or 2 shots away from it, from dying, managing to grab that kill on the Clove. Saren's looked really good on this map so far. Lots of clutch key moments. Yoonji, man, a lot of times it's just these timings of having util out. Yoonji swinging out, able to grab Saren, who's just super low and now almost no HP. Tries to get Maki, but that's going to be a big 2 kills for Maki as Sanvi joins over. But only 12 seconds left on the clock, and it's going to be up to Bunny to stifle this plant. If she can just prevent the plant from going down. Oh, but she's blocked off behind the box. And gonna have to now wait for the rotate on from Jen. Sanvi looking to find her, but dying, and Maki holding that body, preventing anything else, and a huge round from Maki to secure that 4K. That was a really strong play there.
Very good read, especially on that chamber coming from mid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not too sure if
absolutely.
he made a sound cue. I wasn't too focused on that, but very, very good read.
Yeah, for sure. We see the chamber, wow, looking so strong already without those 12 kills, but
Kills.
that op going to be in hand for sure, which of course super beneficial. It looks like UCSD can still buy next round, even if they were to lose this one, which you know, secures them for at least three of the last rounds of this half, or two of the last rounds of this half, being with money. So it's a good
Like
position to be in.
Ontario is a little indecisive. Not really sure where they're going. Definitely not A though, specifically because Jen is there holding that with that ult
Yeah,
with her op.
you wonder if at some point Jen is going to swap over to starting to play B, but even then, there's been so much mid control from Western Ontario and these Mustang players that maybe that's not the move. Starting to move towards A though now, and Jen hears it, is going to have her finger on E, ready to teleport off. The dog not finding anybody, and not quite able to grab one, but should have seen two there potentially. Celestia going to be looking for the rotate, but not able to find anyone there either. And the Killjoy ult is going to go down as a fake. They're committing here onto the B site, and hopefully UC San Diego realizes that. You see some suspicion maybe from the Yunji as they go and retake onto the A site, and this is an extremely successful fake from the Mustangs as they're about to get spiked down with no issue. Jet going to be peeking here and taken out by Mouse Supremacy. That's a huge kill to start off the half. The first kill of the round already with the spike. Just going down, and Uni getting one too. So now Fade ults both ways. No one can hear anything. Yunji good for one. Saren going down, and it's only going to be Maki and Asa left to hold anything, and no kills coming out on their side. So a big, extremely dominant round there on the side of the Mustang, or on the side of the Tritons.
On the side of the Tritons. Yeah,
Yes,
you're
go
right.
Tritons.
Again, this plays into the fact that they're super aggressive with their pushes, even though it was a really, really good fake by the Mustangs here. I would have loved to see, however, if the Killjoy and the Clove on the Mustangs would have maybe done a little flank as the defenders pushed off of A site and rotated towards B. I think that
Yeah,
would have potentially turned the tides in for the Mustangs.
yeah, a little Harbor reference, but I think that yeah, turning the tide would have definitely been. It would have definitely happened or been seen there if you got that play there from Killjoy. I think like if you're gonna commit to holding that A line for so long, that playing through mid afterwards is probably the strongest operation there. But everyone kind of went towards coming out through CT for the most part anyway, aside from Yunji on that retake. So you know, maybe they wouldn't have been able to find too much value there anyway. Celestia showing face here in art, and Yunji with the util out, ready for their push, and there comes the siege. No one going down, but she knows that a few people are there, and now this active art hold, Uni able to take out Sanvi, but getting traded out 4v4 as the spike is going to go down, back into that default position. Mouse Supremacy taking out Celestia, and Bunny good for another. Gets taken out, but it's a 3v2 with the Cloval online. Clove's going to have to push somewhere. Knows that there's still one on site, but playing Ring Around the Rosie and is not going to be able to find the Clove. Holding for Art. And it's just a 1v1 situation. Asa versus Jen. Jen knows that she can play close. That one-way smoke coming out, and she's trying to stick it, but Asa with the aggressive play and just not enough time for that stick. It's going to be 5-6 on the half. Could become 6-6. Or 5-7.
It becomes 6-7.
It could.
6-7.
It unfortunately could. It unfortunately could.
And it looks like another timeout on the side here of the Tritons.
Yeah.
I suppose I should queue up another question for Greek trivia. This was not included in our last match, but to ask a bonus question for 2 points here. One question for 2 points. Where was Aphrodite born, and where did she emerge from as she was born?
Okay, I'm gonna
Two-part
guess she
question.
was born in Greece.
I should have been more specific, but you know what? You did answer correctly, and that was a failure on my part, so I'll give you the point. That is 1 point. But where did she emerge out from? This
Um,
is for the second point.
Aphrodite. Uh,
It's Aphrodite.
uh, is she Zeus's sister or daughter?
I believe
You know,
she's
with Greek mythology,
Zeus's
sometimes it gets a
sister.
little confusing.
No, you know what? There is a lot of interesting family lines in both Greek and Roman mythology, which is quite
Um,
funny.
yeah, so okay, I'm assuming then Kronos would be her father, and
Yes, that is true. That is
uh,
true.
I'm not sure. Could you tell me?
She actually emerged from the sea foam, a callback to the horses.
Oh wow, it's
Yes.
interesting that she isn't a horse, but
Very interesting as well.
horses are really beautiful, creatures, and so is Aphrodite. So I mean, it kind of I guess makes sense that they would both
Yeah, yeah.
come from the same source. Jen, ooh, just not able to land that shot there. A bit of a play. Some pretty helpful hold from Maki, but as well on mid, preventing that rotate out. But Bunny, good to take her out. Saren looking for the flank. Actually, hasn't really been any flanking this round or this half from UCSD. Celestia holding and is so good if she can swap out. The flash comes out from Sanvi. Celestia should still be there. Grabs two. Coming out from Hall. They know she's there now. Asa playing out from the other side of Hall. And Bunny and Mouse Supremacy both good for their respective opponents. And a 3K from Mouse Supremacy really looking good. Making it 6-6 on this half. Now, of course, not hoping for the Mustangs to win this next round because we don't want to see UCSD down 6-7. But of course, I'm sure maybe Ed has his other opinions. We're looking here though, as UC San Diego Esports, spectators, enjoyers. We hope to see another strong pistol round like what we saw over on Bind here. Of course, didn't look so strong on that first pistol round on Pearl. They got pretty stomped. I believe it was only Jen who was able to find a kill on Sanvi then, but Asa and Co were able to take everyone else out without dying. So hopefully a little bit more strength here. Looks like we're going to see this A side push. No one on the B side over for the Mustangs. They are playing an aggressive mid play with only the Killjoy util to stall. Jen good though for one, and I wonder if she's going to re-peek here as they're looking to trade. They're hungry for that trade. Maki trying to hold, but Uni good for that. Also taking out Jen now, and that is a pretty held site. Although Saren playing into that smoke and able to take out Uni, Mount Supremacy getting shot as well from Art. They know that most of them are Art. But of course, Celestia was already in some weird positions before. She's been pretty good about finding her way into spaces. They know that she's in main. She's now the last one coming out onto site, taking out Yunji. It's a 1v2. She gets Mouse Supremacy, and now she's just against Bunny. She gets the dash ready and takes out Bunny, and that is going to be 6-7 on the score line there. A solid round for Celestia.
And it looks like a question was asked in chat. Who is the highest ranked in the lobby? I guess we can answer this just for some context for the viewers here. What is like the average rank across this matchup between Ontario and UCSC?
Yeah, so in this series, in the Aurora series, we tend to see that like the teams tend to average out around like low immortal, high ascendant in collegiate game changers Valorant, at least in this series. Some teams are pretty much all immortal. But yeah, that's where these teams tend to sit. I believe all of the players on both teams are really good though. And so that's the kind of area that we see as we have this push now coming in from mid. The Reyna lurk over on the B side, Uni's been able to get a lot of value with her lurks so far these two games. Really, again, very interesting play from Uni to be on that Reyna. You don't see Reyna very often in these types of games, but she gets a lot of value there. Bunny getting taken out, and Uni not finding that value this time. Now, looks like San Diego is going to pivot over to the door side as they get held by Sanvi and Asa. And good for 2. It's just going to be Jen here in a 1v4, looking to take out Asa, running out of shots on the chamber.
Oh,
And Asa good for 3.
unfortunate. Indeed. I think this just goes to hammer in the fact of classic hate. We all boo classic. We all hate classic. Boo classic.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, 6-8 now here as UCSD has a pretty big task here to make sure that they win this round. Of course, with the better buy, playing aggressive A, and dogs on both sides are going to find that util. They know the Sanvi is close, but not able to secure that kill either as Sanvi backs off, and it's going to be pretty much a strong pivot towards that A side. The mid control and everything too on the side of Western Ontario. As maybe the reposition starts, although, you know, Celestia knows, and you want to see if she can find value. Is Jen going to check? No, but now the rest should be good enough to trade her out. And Sanvi taking out Bunny too on that late push into A. So another door commit here. Of course, Asa not in the same position that Asa was before, so not going to be able to hold like she did. But Maki good for Uni, and now it's just a 2v4. This is a rough take. They've been kind of picked apart here. Asa playing in main. Mouse Supremacy doesn't know, but they're going to check out from Hall. Mouse Supremacy backwards, though. But Yunji is good for that kill, forcing the 2v3 situation. And Util is going to give that info. They know Mao is playing in front. Yunji, good for Saren. Now it's just a 2v2 here. Yunji peeking into Hall. Knows one might be there. And is aware. Grabs Sanvi. It's just a 1v1 and plays time. She knows she has space. She should also know that Maki is only 1 HP. And the spray through the smoke. That was an excellent hold there from Yunji and Mouse Supremacy. Yunji honestly looked so strong, and the timing of her peeking out into from Hall into main couldn't have been more perfect. That honestly saved the round.
Indeed. She's like performing a lot better than she did in the last round, especially with her jet pick on what was it? What was the last match?
The last map?
The last map, yeah.
Bind.
I don't know, I'm forgetting. Bind. Yes, you're right. That is my bad. But it looks like for the side of attackers, and I'll diverge that more into that later in the next spy phase.
Oh yeah, no
So
worries.
take over for this.
Celestia holding with the op this round on B. What an interesting op skin. I've never seen that skin before. Pretty aggressive commit. You want to see almost a little bit more space be taken. I don't like this holding for the op play. Missing the shot though there on Mouse Supremacy is Celestia, and now she's pretty trapped. Uni able to get Asa, but not able to get out after that. Sanvi trading out and getting another kill on Mouse Supremacy. Yunji, good to hold her down. Celestia somehow still alive, playing on site with that op, which means... Oh, the Fatal comes out though now, and Celestia can't hear anything. Only a Guardian in hand. Saren also on site. Jen with the wrap, and you know that space is so essential. They know that she's on site, and that will be it. Saren taken out, and another strong play by Yunji. Yunji's been playing so well, waiting for her teammates, playing the time. She's so aware of where people are. This has been an excellent game from Yunji so far.
A lot of good communication on both teams here. Both teams really good comms, it seems like. But
Yeah,
it seems
absolutely.
that mid here on this map, Pearl, because there's so many quarters, it plays kind of at the disadvantage of UCSD because they play so aggressive and they have to check so many corners. It's a bad matchup for them playing mid.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see another aggressive mid play over on the side of University of Western Ontario, though no one to hold for it this time. So they'll get the info soon with the chamber trip, but now we see that fast push out onto A site. Bunny with the ult, and knowing that no one's in secret, they have a pretty strong A site hold. They're going to be holding in secret now. And you want to see if what's going to happen here to Celestia as she gets taken out by Jen. And now it's just Maki on that side. But they do have a lot of people in other areas. We see Saren about to peek over into Art and taking out Uni with that. Now 2 people in Art. There should be a lot more concern on the UCSD side over that Art push and that main side push as Jen takes out Asa. It's just the people from Art. Yunji looking so strong there and grabbing both. That's going to be a huge round win from UCSD, making it 9-8 and taking the lead again. Back and forth game here.
Indeed. And because Ontario, they sacrificed so much space on site just to take space for mid, kind of played to their disadvantage because the Tritons here were able to take so much space up in, as you said, secret, and that played to their advantage, not allowing Ontario to take that to have that good retake.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, starting to see this same aggressive play on A side, but now with Jen looking in mid and seeing no push out from mid this time. There's a 3 stack over on Western Ontario's defense here on the A side, and so this could prove to be a little bit of a different matchup. Jen holding for that walkout. Sanvi spraying into the smoke and getting Yunvi, and Maki takes out Uni 2 and Bunny, both with the Nano Swarm. It's now a 5v2 as Jen Jen gets taken out in Art, and now it's just going to be Mal Supremacy looking to at least do some damage to the economy of University of Western Ontario, but that is a rough start there. Make some noise leaving, trying to fake that rotate. Gonna at least, she gets spotted. She gets 1, good for 1, but that is all. Swinging into the 3, holding her. Pretty rough situation there.
It just goes to show how dangerous that fatal funnel is onto site, especially with that Killjoy able with get those 2 picks with her mollies.
Yeah, that was brutal,
very
and
dangerous.
I think that UCSD probably rethinks that A side hit now. But also, you know, if you're a Mustang player, you're like, there's no way they hit A again, and so there's going to be definitely a shift in where people hit, where people attack. It's very interesting that we've seen like virtually no B side play though within both sides of these attacks. Lots more of a mid pressure being applied here. Bunny moving forward, able to take out the turret, but spotted. Just going to give Ontario a lot of information. She knows she gets shot at from Art. Smoking for herself. Asa swings out and not able to get anything. Bunny takes her out, but the ult is going to come online. Still a 5v5 situation as Mal Supremacy is taken out and getting value from that ult. Uni takes out the Sanvi ult, but now with the combination of the Phoenix and the Clove ults, it's turned into a 4v3. It's just Jen and Bunny. Bunny good for Saren, but nothing more. Jen now in the 1v3 situation. She knows she has people on both sides. She's looking for the Phoenix, but not able to find anything. And it's going to be 9-10, University of Western Ontario. The Mustangs are still on top. That is
Super
big.
close game here. Yeah, that's huge for Ontario, taking it up 10-9. Super close game. Teams are playing exceptional during the Aurora series. Great plays, great plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super tight matchup. Kills are looking pretty similar. So we do have an op play potentially by this Jet.
Yeah, of course, if you're watching now, be aware that we do have UCSD Gold versus Cal Poly Pomona later today. So looking forward to seeing that. The op, not fast enough to get Bunny, but she's taken out by Sanvi anyway. Now they know that she's got that op.
Oh, and we have a DC by Mao Supremacy on the Triton side.
Shoot. Oh, she's reconnected, but that's really unfortunate. You never want to see that. That's, of course, that UC San Diego ResNet Wi-Fi as we get the ace on Sanvi's side, but that really sucks. You don't ever want to see that happen. You know, really unfortunate way to lose the round.
Yeah, especially since that is our first ace of this matchup between Ontario and Tritons.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a shame. Maybe we could see a little more investment put into these campus infrastructure, you know, internet abilities. Because yeah, it's unfortunate that our own players are unable to stay in the match with full certainty. But you know, it happens. It happens. You can never rely on internet anywhere. But yeah, we see the timeout coming out from Maddie here, probably mostly for tech-related issues. We saw that Mouse Supremacy hadn't bought yet, but I guess she has moved, so she definitely is back in the game. Just waiting here now.
Hopefully they sort that out because this is the UCSD's last timeout of this match.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. So
Yeah, any more DCs and it's over for the Triton side.
yeah, they could probably maybe ask for a tech pause or something, but
Hopefully, hopefully.
but it is a pretty rough situation. At least she disconnected or reconnected really quickly, so that's always good to see. Anyway, we have this hold now, playing on the market side, looking over towards mid. With the fade, util over on A, gonna hear a lot of noise there, which is interesting. The very aggressive play A. Honestly, aggressive plays on both sides. No mid control aside from this turret over in Art. Seeing pressure on this door side, but gonna still know that the pressure is going to end up A. The turret gets taken out. The repositioning is happening. Jen hopefully going to be able to find some value on this holdover on door. But Celestia takes out Uni, gets traded out. It's a 4v4 situation as Saren gets a lot of info there. And Jen not able to find much value over towards door. Saren and Asa with some really strong plays over towards Art, and it's just going to be Yunji. 2 bullets in the chamber. Can reload. But this is a very rough situation to be in. Not even having a rifle like a Vandal or a Phantom and stuck in a 1v3. Of course, never count her out. She's looked so good this match so far. But the op is going to be enough to secure that round and put us towards match point for University of Western Ontario. So we're going to need to see at least 5 rounds won by UCSD if they want to win now. And they're on a terrible bye.
Yeah, and especially for that last round, UCSD switched up their playstyle, playing very methodical as opposed to their fast, iconic pushes, which is very intriguing indeed.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. I'd really like to see actually more aggression from UCSD here. Of course, the Killjoy is very strong at stopping that on A, but like recommitting to these A pushes would be the strongest method. I think. Also able to take out Jen as the Phoenix ult doesn't find any value, but does let them know that there are 2 people in mid. Uni looking for that kill, but also not able to find it. And now we find ourselves just with 1 person left, and it's gonna be Bunny,
Oh,
who's very deep into the site, looking for 1, breaks the Killjoy ult, but gives away her own location. Now stuck in this 1v4 with the 5th somewhere else. Able to grab 1 though, and that could be a rifle. This is never over until it's over. She has 3 opponents who are all low health. Bunny looking out to the left for something, but Maki is going to take that
oh.
out. And that is going to be a map to win for University of Western Ontario. We're going to go back to Be Right Back, and we'll see you soon. Welcome back. We're here now, 60 seconds on the clock as we are on our map 3 here, Corrode. Honestly, I'm a little scared about this map. This is one that I haven't seen UCSD practice as much, but hopefully they'll find some success here, you know, playing on this map 3. It's been extremely close with the last 2 maps, but a bit of an interesting comp setup here. We have Yoonji swapping back to the Jet, which we saw her playing back in map 1, and I like that pick. I'm happy to see, you know, that she was so aggressive, and I felt like we weren't getting that same aggressiveness in map 2, so hopefully we can see more of that. Uni again hovering the Reyna, and we're going to see Mouse Supremacy has swapped over to playing Sentinel, which means Jen is going to be on the Clove, and Bunny playing on the Sova, back on that initiator role. So not a ton of strong flashing utility, which is, you know, a little unfortunate. But the Sova is so strong over on this map, and then Corrode, like, really, you do benefit from taking a lot of space and that mid control, and hopefully, you know, with the way that Uni plays and the Clove, aggressive Clove play, we'll hopefully see UC San Diego play pretty well here. What are you seeing on the side of on University of Western Ontario?
Yeah, we got another default back to Jet pick by Maki. Again, really strong on her part. She plays really well with that Jet. And we do also have a Waylay pick by, I believe, is Sanvi. Am I pronouncing that correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. They were playing very good with this Phoenix, and so I'm curious to see how aggressive they play now with Waylay on Corrode. I've not seen Waylay on Corrode too much personally. I don't know how that applies to just my experience with Valorant, but we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, I see a good amount of Waylay. Honestly, I really like the pick. I think that she's super strong. She takes space really well, and I love seeing Waylay. I think she's so strong at the moment. Uni missing a couple shots on the Sanvi. Sanvi is able to get 2, which is unfortunate for UCSD, but you know, an even fight here. Knowing that the Sova is on site too. Sanvi looking for Yoonji. Yoonji was trying to hold that recall, and Sanvi was hoping to bait it there a little bit. Planning main side here as Mouse Supremacy is a little late on this rotate. Yoonji known to be in Hall. Bunny only 4 HP playing so close, but Maki also super low, and now Mouse Supremacy there to support Bunny as they start pushing out. Yoonji with the pick on Kalestia, traded out by Sanvi. Maki is good to take out Bunny, and it's just going to be a 1v2. And the
Oh,
cam, I think maybe a misclick there, and unfortunate.
possibly, possibly. It happens to everybody.
Yeah, it happens to everyone.
Nothing against.
But that's a round 1 win for University of Western Ontario there.
Indeed, indeed. And you know what I just learned about Corrode? Apparently, the architecture and the style, and as well as the place, it's all modeled after like old medieval French architecture, which I find really, really fascinating because I don't like whenever I see Corrode, I don't like associate it with anything French. Very interesting.
Yeah, that is really interesting. I had no idea that that was the background there, but anyway, a very aggressive play, and that's why exactly why Waylay looks so good. When she dashes forward, you have to pay attention to where she's going, but that forces you to not pay attention to anyone else. And when she's followed up, she looks so strong. Sova getting info that plant is going down. They're all going to be rotating through CT there. No one playing an elbow, but I wonder if they know that. They don't have any utility to spot that out, and you can see they're watching it. They're curious. That cam should hopefully find some information there. Everybody is playing offsite in main. This is a 5-stack main play, which could end up playing in UCSD's favor as they start to fight this. That smoke there, and they're playing a close angle now. Sanvi able to take out Yoonji, but the smoke is going to run out soon. They need to get back on the spike. Bunny taken out by Sanvi now, and it's just Mouse Supremacy and Jen, and that spray from Maki good for a couple more. 2 of these people are going to die from the bomb, though. That's awful for Western Ontario's economy, but still a second round win looks good on the side of the Mustangs.
Unfortunately, they couldn't get much of a conversion off of that eco, but especially with those two from Ontario dying to that bomb, it potentially could play well for UCSD despite losing that eco round.
Yeah, potentially here. Sanvi also looking to aggro up against a main, getting that util out, and this is yet another reason why Waylay is strong. Now, she's used all of her util, which I don't know she needed to use the stun there, but she's put in presence. She's shown face A, and now they're just like, worry and concern over A, and she gets info on who's there. But the people on B side are able to push up at the same time and start taking space while people have moved over because of the noise on A site. Now, lots of people playing over in the middle site, not middle site, middle of the map, as Mouse Supremacy gets traded out, but that is a negative trade as she's losing money there, and giving a gun off to B. This commit now here from B. Jet watching over for this drone to come out. See what info it can get, and she baits the drone, takes out Jen, and 2 more. Good for 4 kills as Uni finally gets the trade out on her. Uni knows that Astra's there, but Astra playing close outside, and Uni could win this. Only 1 bullet, but there's 2 more there, and Sanvi peeks out from main. Getting that
Fortunate.
bonus
It's almost
round.
like, indeed, bonus down, very important. But it's almost like the Mustangs here have completely switched their playstyle with UCSD. With UCSD now playing super slow, not pushing as hard, which is weird because they have that Reyna and that Jet. So I would have kind of expected them to push more. But Ontario pushing with super fast Sanvi with that Jet and Sanvi with the Waylay. Very, very aggressive plays here by the Mustangs.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you see their conditioning here. So they're going to do this exact same play here. The fallback and then the dashes come forward, but this time it's going to be a full commit. And Waylay even sticks out a little bit longer. Monkey able to trade out and gets Jen. And the Waylay still lives. That's just, yet again, well played. Uni in link. Lots of info. That plant is coming out. Missing the shock dart a little bit. Unfortunate there. And Mouse Supremacy gets taken out as well. And it's going to be a 2v4 here. Bunny and Yunji playing up. Yunji looking so good. Yeah, again, another kill there. Getting full blinded, though. Bunny with the Guardian. Able to get 1. Taken out by Saren, though. But it's a 1v2. This is a very winnable fight. Yunji spraying against Saren. But the close Sanvi play comes. And Sanvi has yet again shown why Waylay is so good. Not only is she able to take the first contact and then get out without really risking too much, and stun, and fake, but also because she recalls back behind her team, she can then play these weird timings where she gets access to getting behind the team, sneaking through elbow in this case, and being able to catch off guard Yunji there in that 1v2, rather than playing next to Saren.
It's like the UCSD is not too used. Again, this is just showing the fact that UCSD hasn't practiced this map too much, so they're not too sure and very uneasy with this Waylay plays.
Yeah. Uni there with the blind, and the Vice ult comes out, but really not much of a commit as Uni takes out basically the only one there. Kind of a wasted ult, but, it's about committing to the fake. Sanvi coming on site, and Mouse Supremacy baits the Waylay, getting Calestia. Also very interesting to see Calestia on the Astra now after seeing her on Raze and Jet before. Uni trading out Mouse Supremacy. A bit of an open play there, but 4v2, and this is the first round where UCSD has looked to be in the advantage. Bit of concern from the front side of site, but they know now that Vice is on site. Saren peeking out from the backside and takes out 2, takes out 3, and now it's just a 1v1 situation here. Yunji has a good play there, winning that round. Very close on time, but well played by Yunji. That was a really strong play, though, by Saren. Saren has shown throughout this entire set that she is really strong. Like, at any time that she can get space, even if she's in a spot where she doesn't have much space, she is so able to hold her own and take people out. And we just saw it there with those 3 kills.
Indeed, and having that clutch power is so important, and it provides so much utility. Might take more precedence over just getting kills alone.
Yeah,
I'd say
absolutely.
she's one of the most important people right now on Ontario.
It's very interesting to see Maki, swapped over to this jet role. She's playing really well in it so far. Has gotten 2 kills per round on average. But after playing now another one right there on Jen with the waylay push. But after playing Sentinel for the last 2 rounds, it's just a very different look here that we're seeing from Ontario. Bunny ready there with the shock darts and maybe going to get some damage. Yep, able to take out Saren on the peak out on Uni, but still a disadvantaged fight. This is a brutal wall. I've never seen a wall like this before, but they're going to know as she swings out, not able to be killed by mouse supremacy, but Yunji gets the trade, and Asa with the swing again from elbow. It almost seems like UC San Diego needs to take some elbow control on their retakes and maybe play out towards the front of site, or the main side, and going into pocket, like that might be a very beneficial way for them to play.
Indeed, but I'm pretty sure they don't understand that because again, this map is not very well practiced by UCSD, and it's really showing again here 5-1. Very unfortunate for UCSD. Hopefully they can take it back by and compensate for that lack of knowledge by being more aggressive here on that retake.
Yeah, hopefully. Sanvi getting another kill there. Jen, though, going to ult, and Sova knows where Sanvi is. Maybe going to be able to get some utility out of that ult, damaging at least a few. Uni grabbing the kill on Sanvi, and it's still a 3v2 here. This is a big round. Yunvi could be good for 2 more. Getting Celestia, and now it's Asa, and that's a 4K from Uni. Uni shining in this round. And, we haven't seen a ton from Uni this game, but this specific map, she is looking really good.
Indeed. Really fully utilizing her blind to clear those corners. Very good compensation for the fact of lack of map knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we see again another A push. Lots of A side pushes. The fade ult this time going to be really big. Sprays hit on Celestia, but not enough to kill her. Jen getting traded out. Yunji with a big 2 kills, and now we're in this 2v2 situation. Mouse supremacy going to be really late on this rotate, and the drone just going to be enough to gather the information. Seeing the fade and going for the kills, but alone. You wish maybe she waited a little bit longer, but it's okay. Mouse supremacy going to play back in through main, and you see the same thing. This fade is sneaking up through elbow, and if she gets shot from behind. This is the 3rd time now that has happened, and there needs to be attention played towards that elbow, even if it means, in that situation, with pretty good time on the spike there, you can almost assume that they're going to go elbow, and you can go elbow and route around that way, and fight there, because yeah, at this point it seems like that elbow play is a necessity for Ontario's playbook. And we see the timeout coming out from Maddie here, and hopefully that same knowledge is being imparted. Only 3 seconds prior to the round is a pretty late timeout, but should
You know what?
be
That takes
good.
us into trivia Greek lore part 4? Or is it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have still yet to answer the question about the birth of Aphrodite. Just to ask it again, more specifically, how is it depicted that Aphrodite, or where Aphrodite emerges from?
Um, I have no idea. You said that it was from the sea foam, I think. I think you already
From the
told
sea
me
foam,
this.
but it is indeed, just to say the answer now, you've lost the point, but it is very commonly depicted that Aphrodite emerges
From the
from
ocean.
this from the
Oh.
ocean in this shell as if she's being revealed as like a present to the world
Oh,
from the sea
wow.
foam.
She's like a
Very,
pearl.
very interesting lore. She's like a pearl.
Speaking of our
Interesting
last map.
callback.
All right, we see this same A play, and at this point, UCSD knows that it's going to be A. They have 4 people stacked towards this site. The Vi's probably going to realize this as she is lurking up through mid, but not able to get the Waylay ult off as Waylay gets taken out, but Kalestia is good for 2. Jen now also going down to Kalestia, and it's a 1v3 as you hope Mouse Supremacy can find some value. Misplacing the flash there is Kalestia. Or sorry, not Kalestia. Who's on Vice? I actually don't even know. But yeah, Mouse Supremacy now holding for elbow. She knows that someone is going to come elbow, and that's good conscious awareness. No one has triggered that cage yet, but it will happen soon. And at this point, you can't be too mad if she loses the 1v3, but she's ready for the elbow player, and that at least I like to see. The elbow player gets taken out, and maybe that at least provides some fear, maybe some caution on the side of the Mustangs about pushing that elbow side again. And in fact, it looks like they're going to be going over B side this time.
Indeed.
And committing to
it looks like Mouse Supremacy. Yeah, Mouse Supremacy here, really picking it up from the first game where she was bottom frag, but now able again, similar to how so I'm so sorry, I can't finish my sentence, but I'll finish my thought next match or next round.
You're good. I mean, Mouse Supremacy, despite being nearer to the bottom of the leaderboard, still looked really good, I think, in the last 2 games and has had her moments.
Indeed.
It's been a very even, match on everyone's side, but she's had her moments in this game too. It's just been rough as a whole for UCSD, and that punishment is showing exactly why. And, Ontario saw the 4 people on A site last round and had to have known that, like, that's probably going to be happening again. You probably have the ability to play a little more aggressively. Now, I'm pretty sure that UCSD is on a light buy anyway. So this is a bizarre Vice ult, but I guess anything that works. Yoonji, though, good for 2, and maybe she can make it more. Bunny also going to take out 1, and it's actually a 2v2 situation with Yoonji having the Vandal. This actually could go the way of UCSD. They look much better on the B site retake. Astra playing the long game. She's going to get the stun down, but there's 2 people holding for this, and she's playing so far away that she can't even kill the Jet. That's a big round win if you're UC San Diego. Getting that 3-7, that could go 3-9, which, has gone all sorts of ways in the past. And even if not, even if they win another round, that brings it closer. You want to see that if you're a Tritons fan.
Very good eco rounds for the Triton side. Oh, and just to finish my thought, I was just going to say that Mouse Supremacy is really showing that clutch power similar to Serene on that fade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good clutching potential here.
You know who also has been showing that power on the side of UCSD so far has really been Yoonji. She's had a lot of moments. We saw it on that B site hold on the 2v4 on Pearl. She's looked really great. We see the Waylay dash kind of wasted this time, not getting as much util, as much information with it, and a stronger hold on A that's going to actually force maybe a re-hit or another look here. Mouse Supremacy about to see a lot of people, unless she gets a little unlucky with the timing.
Valorant timing, very notorious.
Yeah, some spraying down from Bunny as if she knows that they're there. I think there's an expectation here that they could come from Link, but that's a 1 kill already on Siren as Sanvi starts to try moving forward and maybe getting another look, but she is lit, and this is a lot of damage that Bunny has been able to put out with this Odin. Both the Waylay and Kalestia looking really low health. Mouse Supremacy finishing off the Waylay and getting the gun. They know she's there, but she's not greedy with it. She's going to at least fake the rotate off. She knows that there's more there. The spraying coming out from Bunny and Kalestia down 2. Mouse Supremacy able to take out Asa and Monkey, and that's a big round. 4-7 now, and this puts us to almost a 5-7 half, which we've seen before, and they've still won with it. Back on our first map on Bind, we saw UCSD down 5-7 at the start of that half, or at the end of that half. And they came out and they won that round 13-11. So this could be huge. It just depends on how UCSD approaches the attack half.
Indeed. Very good 6-7 potential here.
You know, it's funny. Almost every game I watched this team play managed to go to 6-7. In fact, in scrims yesterday, every single scrim went to 6-7.
That is crazy.
Something
I think it's
about
just a sign.
Yeah, it is. It is a sign.
It's the 3-9 curse, more like the 6-7 curse.
Yeah,
Am I
absolutely.
right?
This ult coming out here. Sanvi able to grab the jet, and Uni looking for something too, but not going to find it. At least Dart is going to come out, so giving info, and there's 4 people at least. They know of 4 there, but Jen caught outside, and Bunny going to slide forward. Now, if I'm Bunny here, hopefully, I might be looking towards this elbow because, oh, that timing is just rough. Sanvi able to get mouse supremacies back turned, and Asa finishing the job 4-8. All good here, though. UCSD could win this. They just need to change it up and bring it back on the attack half.
You know, I'm very curious to see how UCSD is going to push. Are they going to play methodical as they were playing on Pearl, or are they going to play it fast like that first matchup on Bind? But seeing as how we have, again, the Reyna and the Jet picks as that first Bind match, hopefully we see those aggressive plays here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was thinking that with the Yunji on Jet, I'm hoping to see a follow-up of Yunji taking that first contact and then Uni coming in and cleaning up where needed, as well as seeing Jen on that Clove. Obviously, on the first map, we had mouse supremacy on Clove, but it still should be the same. Kind of a wasted dart there from the side of the Mustangs, considering that it was blocked by the smoke from Astra. Oh wait, I guess that dart was UCSD's. My bad. But that is the first kill there down on Sanvi, and a lot of space taken here. Of course, Ontario starting to move behind them, but Bunny is aware there is at least one person there, and she's hearing the footsteps. She peeks out, swings out, and now it's just Asa looking for that second kill, or for any kill, not able to find it, and Jen will clear that out. That is a big pistol round win for UCSD, winning both pistol rounds on this map.
Indeed. You know what would be a great time for right now? A Greek trivia, but unfortunately I do not have a Greek fact lined up. We will get back to that later.
Yep, moving over here now, we got another A-site hit on the side of UCSD this time, but Saren and Calistia are going to find a lot of value. Bunny starting to trade out, and now the guns take effect. You know, in these close spaces, having an SMG is so valuable. Uni, oh, close. That right click from Sanvi is very powerful, and now it's just Asa looking for more, but the Spectre is just too good, and that makes it 6-8. Strong round from UCSD.
Very good rounds all around here. But now with our Greek fact lined up, question, I believe, 5 of the trivia. Which god condemned syphilis? Sorry, Sisyphus. My apologies. Not the STD, to be clear. Which god condemned Sisyphus to eternal punishment?
I don't know. That I don't even know why he was condemned to eternal punishment, in all honesty. But I'm gonna guess that it was probably it sounds like something like that Zeus would do or something. You know, he tends to be punishing people for no reason. You know, Sanvi And Maki getting 2 kills. Bunny not really able to sneak up there. And the Odin here from Siren is going to be an interesting play. Kind of mimicking what Bunny found success with, and Jen goes down to it. So if I'm playing in mid, I'm not feeling too good about this. Asa is able to take out Yunji, and just Uni last there. Only 65 HP and sneaking into Link. Siren is low, and at least if you're Uni, maybe you can hope to get one more. But now there's a 3-person rush able to get Asa. And this is where that Reyna util might find usage, but the Fade Eye is too helpful. Showing exactly where she is.
What else shows your intuition for Greek mythology? Because you are right. Ding, 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 ding. Your guess of Zeus was correct. Zeus was the one that condemned Sisyphus to eternal torture in hell. And apparently Sisyphus, the reason why this happened was because Sisyphus betrayed Zeus by telling one of his secrets. And Zeus apparently told one of the people in hell to essentially just punish him forever.
Damn.
Very interesting, showing Zeus's anger issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what else to call it.
We see Yunji start to maybe push in, but nothing there. Bunny, though, with the Odin, bit of a threat. And if I'm a Mustang player, I'm not wanting to play on an open sight line here. Siren still looking. Mouse Supremacy able to take out Sanvi, which is a huge pick. That gives them a lot more control over mid, but Jen gets taken out down in mid as well. Back in A main. So this is an interesting situation. The Mustangs know that things have rotated a bit over towards that A side, but it'll be interesting to see if they commit to it. Starting to move forward here, and Asa and Saren are very late on this flank, which does give UCSD a good opportunity if they commit to their push now. Smoked out is Kaelestia, but looks like she's going to take it easy here and hold. Now we have Bunny holding and watching that Link area, and with the Odin, that's a really good person to be in that position, but she gets taken out anyway with the Guardian by Asa, and now that opens up a big issue. Uni taking out one, but does she know that there's another one there? Saren is starting to lurk up in Mouse Supremacy, looking for it, but not able to get it. Uni grabbing one, is able to escape and get out there, knows that they could be on the spike, but sees them both and is taken out. That's a rough round there. You really want to see a hold there on the Link side that is a little more successful. It's unfortunate that Bunny goes down the way she did, but it's a strong retake from University of Western Ontario.
Very good retakes. And like Zeus's anger, unfortunately, Uni could not use her aggression to the fullest of her abilities as she did with on a very good potential lineup of the last 2 defenders.
Yep, now we see this 6-10 here. Starting to show on this B side, and maybe they commit to it, but that's a lot of damage that Jen just took in those vines. I wonder if they're concerned about a little bit more presence. The wall isn't on main, and they should know that. They did push up far enough. Bunny getting a little info there. They should know that there's 2 here. The eye comes out, but it's only Bunny who slid up. It's a very aggressive play. Knows that Saren is there too, but now getting a little bit more support. The util comes out, not quite able to do anything, but Jen takes out Saren, and now it's a 4v2 situation. Bunny looking to play in there with the util, and a lot of damage there on Maki that she just got forced out. It's only Kaelestia in this 1v4, and Yunji is going to seal the deal, 7-10. And that round was a good example of UCSD's play. That slide up from Bunny was so strong and really very interesting that Saren and Asa were so afraid to hold that on angle. maybe because of the presence of Odin's in the past or whatever, but that really worked to her advantage as she could slide up there.
Really, yeah, it's all just a mental game now, because Ontario knows how aggressive UCSD plays, which is why they were so hesitant to push up.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we see this drone here, and it looks like another B-side commit, and I do like this. The wall there, they should know, is right there, and that's what the ping is for. They trigger the wall, but they slid in. Asa not able to get Yunji on that first situation, just dashing right into where she is, not able to get her gun out in time, but she's traded out by Jen, and now it's a 4v4. Celestia also getting her trade. Sanvi goes down, but Saren, good for that as well. And now we see the Jen ult. She's going to be looking for Saren here. She needs to get that kill, and she's running out of time. This is going to be a University of Western Ontario round win.
Indeed, a little too hasty by UCSD here, dashing out, especially with that wall up. And again, Jet could not, or Yunji specifically, could not get her gun up fast enough to take out Asa.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just unfortunate. Asa's been playing there, you know, most of the time, so at least hopefully that gives them some information that maybe dashing into that spot is just a little rough because that is the on angle for Asa. But they move over towards A here. A bit of a different approach. Looks like they're going to be aggressing mid. I wonder, it's very likely that they end up going through A link, but a couple rounds ago we saw them get a lot of value from pressing over towards that top mid. Not this time though, as they're going to be aggressing all the way over to A site. Sanvi and Maki there. Maki gets taken out, and Sanvi is off of her angle too far to support. Yunji getting stunned, but Sanvi can't do anything about it. Celestia also getting a kill over in the mid site, getting the lurker, but now there's 4 people on A site, and they're doing what 4 people on A site should do, which is clearing that site and taking everybody out. Sanvi's over towards main, and they know Yunji's holding, gets that kill, and now it's just Celestia in this 1v3, and you wonder, you know, she has her ult, she's not going to use it though. That is better for a group retake. What else can she do? She sees the cam, but a brilliant
And look
cam
at that,
bait, and Jen takes her out.
Indeed, indeed. Very good round. A very useful round here for UCSD now that Ontario now has to save, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good round by UCSD
That round
there.
was huge, both for the economy and also for showing that A is a site that they need to be worried about too. You know, UCSD was showing a couple good rounds on B site, and that was really important. But at a certain point, if they can scale over towards B on the defense too fast, it's gonna ruin your B site approach. This is a awful timing though. The drone misses Sanvi, and she sneaks through and is able to get hers without taking too much damage in return. 45 HP, still enough to take, you know, 2 Vandal shots, and she's still on the buy, but not able to get the gun either. So a pretty neutral, you know, UCSD is definitely not out. This is a big ult here. Should have heard maybe the Astra move. Not able to actually land any damage, but Uni is able to swing with it and take out Astra and sees the jet too. That's 2 for Uni. Sanvi looking to get more, takes a shot on Reyna that lands. Jen, though, able to take out that fade. And now Uni with the 3K. It's just Asa against the world, making no noise, walking over that Sheriff. She's not being held yet and is almost able to get on Uni, but Uni is ready, and with the better gun, there's just no chance there for Asa. It's 9-11 here.
Very big round for USSD, popping both of those ults. Very, very smart use.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm curious now because UCSD's looked good on multiple sides. They could go either side. And honestly, after they go 2 times in a row on A, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing them go B here, but it seems like they've also are not exactly sure where they're going. Maybe a final commit towards A, maybe a fake. That fade dog is going to spot them, but the drone is active on B. Hopefully showing some presence over towards that B site. not able to find anyone. So maybe Bunny sneaks into B and can lay down some damage. Fade moving over towards B2. There's 4 people over on B. That's an excellent fake. And now they should have a lot of space on A if they can commit to it. Maki getting her 1 though, and now it's just a 3v5. They need to get this Jet at least before they do anything else, and she managed to grab Uni before anything else too. So it's a 2v4. Jen playing up as she should, but not able to do anything either, getting a lot of damage on both the Waylay and the Fade. It's just going to be Mouse Supremacy. She's good for 1, but nothing more. 9-12 now. This is match point, set point. This could be the end of the game here if University of Western Ontario, if the Mustangs win 1 more round.
Very, very good anchor by Jet here on A side, getting those 2 picks and stalling, giving her team enough time to rotate quickly over to her side, and it does win her team the round. Very good here by Maki.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So now this is a crucial, they need to win this, and they're not on the worst buy. There's Mouse Supremacy is a little bit weak here with the Guardian and the regen shields, but we'll see. There's a 4 stack over on the side of A, and now Vice is going to hear this drone, which means that rotate is going to start happening. Jen is holding mid and maybe can catch the Waylay off guard, but the rest of the team is over towards B. Jen starting to maybe get in the situation with the fight. The dash comes out, and the stun is effective on Jen. That gives away all of UCSD's mid presence, which means they have to commit now. Yoonji getting in on site, active, pushing, and Bunny able to take out Asa. That's huge. Now they're holding for Link. They know that that Waylay is going to be somewhere there, and the other 2 are just a little late. This wall could almost work out in UCSD's favor. Sanvi getting taken out. Maki there to refrag, but not able to get it either. Yoonji good for 2, and Yuni's going to continue that presence. It's going to go 10-12. What an excellent round from UC San Diego.
It almost looks like the Astra wall here by defenders worked, as you said, in the favor for the attackers, UCSD here. Very interesting choice of that wall.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That was honestly a very, very good round. Even with Jen going down, the way that they, immediately, that you lose mid control, you have to commit B, and they did. They executed it so well. They got on site so well. They took out Asa, which meant that they had all that space. But now we're seeing a completely different shift. The tilt is all towards B. There are 5 people on the B side of the map. There is no one on the A side of the map, and this is interesting because Jen and Uni are starting to move up towards mid. Sanvi gets taken out. Of course, this is a low econ round for not Oregon, Ontario. So still winnable. That Astra is going to be there on the corner though, and Jen is able to get, or not able to see her, although she has the ult, looking for the Astra and taking her out. That is a huge pick, and Bunny good for Maki too. Jen overheats a little bit looking for that kill on Asa. Not able to find it, but Bunny is good on sight. Not able to be taken out by Saren, and that's just a gun difference there. Saren had the spot, but missed the headshot. And meant that Bunny could stay alive, and now it's this 1v3. Bunny here against Asa. Uni looking, and Bunny swings off of the look. A 4K for Bunny. That is huge. That is huge. This brings it to 1 round away from overtime.
Oh, and a timeout before we get into this potentially game-changing match here by defenders. Defenders have 1 more timeout left.
Yeah, absolutely. K Lestia there with the timeout, and you wonder what direction Ontario goes, and also what direction that the call is for, like, what is San Diego going to do? Because, it's been round after round. They look so much better on B than they do A. And if I'm San Diego, I'm scared that tilt is going to be towards B again. Maybe you do try the A, but that's also so risky. You don't really have the ults. You're playing into the Vice ult. Vice is going to be playing on B. You don't want to get ults there. You don't want to lose those guns and then be outnumbered potentially, or not even outnumbered, but matched in people and have all these people who have guns when you have nothing. So it's a very interesting timeout here. This could go any way. You wonder what UCSD is going to do, and we're going to see that in the next 20 seconds here. You have the Sova currently tilted towards B, so at least Bunny will continue to play on B, and she's looked so good there. Her ability to take space with this drone has been excellent. She's moving in. She sees that Asa is not playing on site. Asa is almost always playing an elbow, sometimes playing from Link, and no matter what, she can slide in somewhere and get space. It looks like the call from Ontario is that they're expecting them to move A this round, and that is going to be the wrong call here. This is a 5-stack towards B. Asa knows, and Asa is backing off. They know that the wall is there. They jump through it, and the site is going to be UCSD's. Now, Asa is playing in heaven. Maybe can find some value there, looking to play out of the smoke, and it's going to, of course, save this ult until her team is able to support her. Yoonji playing very up into mid and getting taken out by Celestia. That is not a good death there. But they have the post-plant ult on the side of UCSD, which they're using aggressively. Not able to find anything with it either, and now they're all forced into playing main except for Jen. They should know that Jen is there, that she's getting holed by Asa, but she turns around and it's a 1v4.
Oh, and that is
there's no
huge.
way. It goes to 12-12. This is an overtime in match 3. What a game we're watching.
Super entertaining to watch and cast for. Very good plays from both sides of both teams. Good call by Vise, waiting for her team to push up for that retake, but unfortunately just not work out to their favor. Just as most of the attackers actually are not using many primaries, mostly using the sheriffs.
Yeah, absolutely. So now even buys here, and this is an interesting situation that we see. Back on the defense side for UC San Diego, Mao Supremacy, of course, playing on that B, and we saw so much pushing into A. We saw so much Waylay util. Waylay now tilted towards mid. This is going to be interesting. There's 3 people watching mid. This is an important fight here. Jet, Reyna, and Clove. Jen playing so aggressive, but Yoonji is able to take out Sanvi, and that's a huge first pick. Yoonji good for 2. It's only the people over on A side. This is a 5v3 now. And they're going to back off after getting scanned by that recon dart. They're known. This was an A split. UCSD called that bluff, and they know what is going on. Celestia looking now for somebody, and she's supported by both of her teammates here. But this is going to be a tall order. Just fighting into mid is a 3v3, and they have Uni, of course, with the jump spot. They know someone's on the right side, but no one knows about Jen, and I wonder if they even go for this fight or if they just go for the cross. You have Maki starting to move forward, and Jen is good for that. Everyone else has moved over to the B side, and of course you have Mao Supremacy, who's been sitting there the entire time without moving. She's so ready for this. As Vice and Astra start pushing in, Celestia's known, and Jen is ready too with the 2 kills, back-to-back, 2 bullets, 2 kills, and Asa and Celestia go down 13-12, and now we see UCSD, who looks so much better on their attack half than their defense half.
Indeed. It looks like the mental momentum here is in favor of UCSD. It feels like Ontario's playing a little more nervous, a little more frantic.
Yeah, absolutely. So 13-12 here, and now this is really that this round could decide it for UCSD after being down 9-12. This is an essential round. The drone comes out. Bunny again playing on to B. They have Vice on A. This is a totally different setup than we've seen all game. Maki having to back off. Yoonji already taking that space, but getting taken out by Sanvi. That trade comes out. Mao Supremacy good for it. And Maki still playing on site. Gonna peek out. Celestia good for Bunny. And Mao Supremacy good too. Uni is on site now here. All 3 playing in Link. And this is a huge fight. The spike is still not down. But if UCSD wants to regain control or retain control, they're going to have to try and keep everybody contained in this Link side. Still interesting to not see a plant attempt here, but of course there's concern that that main is visible, and Uni would have to go be seen. That's a huge kill through the smoke, making it a 2v2. Jen playing that close angle, and Asa and Saren are going to back up. Asa starting to move forward. That smoke is faded. Jen sees her and is good for 1. It's only Saren. It's a 1v1 here now. Uni versus Saren. Saren Starting to move out, look, checking that corner, and the timing is so close, and Uni doesn't get it. It's a 13-13 round, and that's an enormous round win for Saren. We talked about how clutch she was, and she shows it once again here.
Very high clutch power, super useful for the team here, especially on retakes like this. Again, 13-13. This is an insane matchup. Match 3 here, going into overtime.
Absolutely.
Either team needs to win by 2.
Absolutely.
Could go either way.
13-13 now, and we see Bunny playing towards that A site, but it looks like a full commit B, and this could prove problematic for UCSD. They have no one towards B, and Grace, Mal Supremacy, is playing so far forward and very open. She's behind these boxes. She needs to back off in kind of a ratty spot. Is maybe going to be able to take advantage of it, and Sanvi goes down, and so does Maki. She's goes down too, but Jen is good for 2, and now it's just a 2v3 as the UCSD players start moving forward. Yoonji already on the site, Asa taking out Bunny, but now it's only Asa out in mid, so far removed from everything, and the spike is over an elbow. It's almost like Sanvi didn't know she had the spike, or maybe she was expecting to guarantee getting back with the recall, but it didn't happen, and this is crucial that Yoonji and Uni continue to hold this. They have so much map control. They know that she's not main. And she comes out Link, and Yoonji sees her and is good for the kill. That's 14-13 UC San Diego. And yet again, it's match point UCSD.
Remember, once this matchup between Ontario and UCSD is over, we have a second matchup between UCSD Gold and Cal Poly Pomona here right after this. So be sure to stay tuned for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely going to be a good game. UCSD Gold has looked so strong already this year. Looking forward to checking that one out, and of course hearing what Pele and Andre over there casting that have to say. We see UCSD starting to move towards A. This is the first time in so long that they've decided to commit to an A push, and honestly they may not commit. Bunny already looking mid, maybe holding for that. Saren sees the dart and is revealed now. This mid play is very interesting. Asa knows the wall gets tripped, and this is an interesting spot that Ontario is in. They have a lot of knowledge, but not necessarily that much control, especially towards B. There's a lot of fear that maybe the A commit does happen, and Bunny, yet again, the first one looking to go out on B, but looking the wrong way, doesn't get punished for it though. Maki getting one, but traded out, and now the B site is yet again UCSD's, and this is where they've looked so strong. Sanvi coming out, Kaelestia also out with her. Yoonji goes down, and now it's just Uni and 2 others in this disadvantaged fight as the retake comes out. 3 people all in Link as Asa has a fast rotate out in elbow. And is anybody watching for it? Sanvi takes out Bunny. Mouse Supremacy also going down, and now it's just Uni in this 1v2, and she's got someone in her back. 14-14. We continue in this overtime.
And my palms are really sweating here. Like, both teams are playing so well. It really could go anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. UCSD Gold all the way. By the way, we have an update. They're winning 10-5 currently on their first map
10-5
against Cal Poly Pomona. So great to have that. But yeah. Oh my gosh. I might have messed up the game audio for this entire stream, but that is okay.
Oh god.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We're gonna have it now for the most crucial part of the game, of course. So here we go. Lots of presence here in mid. As looks like a B commit. Grace Mouse Supremacy has moved so far off, and Jen, good for that kill over on Saren by herself, and they should know that now. Sanvi getting out onto site on B, and Mouse Supremacy seeing her. Is she gonna get punished? The recall goes away. She doesn't have it anymore. She's down, and that's another fast 3 kills. It's only Asa in this 1v5. Is she gonna be good for any? No. Yoonji good for 3. And that makes it 15-14. Another advantageous attack round for UCSD, which is interesting because their defense back earlier was really struggling.
Flawless.
No, 4-8 on defense, now it's so much better. Go ahead, sorry, my bad.
No, it's really
Matching
weird. Like
sides.
for Bind specifically, their defense was very poor. They were mainly focusing on the retakes to win the defense matches, but it seems like here they're just like holding very tight angles, which is like completely different to how they played with a similar matchup
Now we win.
or a similar.
Yeah, absolutely, and I really am happy to see UCSD, you know, doing as well as they are here. 15-14, match 3. This is the game point here. If they can win this, we'll see how far this goes. That info's already there, and now there's a 3-stack of people from Ontario on the B side. The Mustangs are ready for this. The drone gonna catch at least the fade there as the flood. Not yet ready, but the vines come out, and so does the wall. And maybe this is where UCSD starts to at least put some pressure elsewhere or start watching for other things. Maki gets seen, and now they know that Jet is also there. So that's important information considering that before it was just Vice holding this B site.
Without his obscuring vision.
Now we have here, it looks like we're going to be re-hitting on B. Maki
Night-night.
getting that first kill on Bunny, and that is a crucial kill. Bunny has been so important so far. Not holding, but taking and dominating that B site. And for her to be out is brutal, but the flood is going to start. Yoonji getting on site and doing what Bunny does. Sarin, though, good for 2 more.
Enemy remaining.
And this is brutal.
Spike
This is
down,
only
B.
Uni, full blinded in a
30
1v5.
seconds left.
And they know where she is.
Flawless.
That goes to 15-15. This game is brutally long.
Jeez.
Switching
You
sides.
know, you have to wonder
feel-
also, you imagine how tired these players are on both teams, but also how much their options have been exhausted. There's only so many times you can run the same strat before, you know, people start to know what's happening and start to be able to play around it or play against it. So it's a war of attrition here.
Exactly. Something needs to change here. But unfortunately, UCSD cannot push too fast due to the fact that
Bring them down.
just that Vi's util.
Yeah, absolutely. It does slow them down, and it is so important here. Mouse Supremacy already ready for that B, but both the Jet and the Waylay watching in other areas. Bunny able to take out Sanvi though, and now it is a really interesting situation. Lots of play up towards mid, and Yoonji could get caught out here, and she does. Sarin taking her out, and now we see this 4v4 situation. Of course, Uni starting to play towards A. She feels that it might be an A hit, and getting into a position where she can be ready. She hears them now too, and that info is going to tell UC San Diego to start moving over towards A. We have Bunny playing on site, and Jen soon able to smoke. The info is huge. Uni able to take out Celestia, and now Maki trying to get that refrag, but not quite able to. The util though being put out. Jen good for 2, good for 3, and that's going to be 16-15. Oh my gosh! UC San Diego undefeated on the defense side of this overtime half.
Same thing with Ontario. It just feels like for this overtime, the defense is just good all around. The attacking is not so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my, this is so tense. I am so I don't even know what's happening with UCSD goal. I'm so glad we're watching this. 16-15 now.
Indeed.
And the Fate Dog is going to get that info fast. Bunny quickly with the drone and going to see that there's no Vice util here, which means they have permission to just flood out. And it seems like that is what they're going to do. Jen, good for 2, and this could be it. This could be the dagger. The 2 flankers over there, Sanvi and Asa coming from main, but they're going to get triggered by Cypher Trip. They're going to know. I don't know what that was. Dashing into the trip and
it seems like he tried to dash over that, yeah.
Yeah. Maki now looking for the kill, but no one in elbow. Heaven, peeking out from Heaven, and Maki could be good for one, but not able to find anybody. Now it's just a 2v2 situation. Maki looking around Sanvi in main, and the cage goes down. The dash is out, she's dropped backside, and Jen is good for 4 and 5! The ace
that is an
seals the deal! 17-15, what a
Finish
game!
off the game.
Holy smokes. Thank you all so much for watching. We're going to go over to UCSD Gold right now. I've been Liam Cucumber. This has been Ed, Honey Walnut Shrimp. And thank you all so much for watching. What an amazing game.
What a way to end that.
Enjoy
Oh my
UCSD
God.
Gold.